Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. I go by Kim, and if you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. So this video is going to be all about breakage. So I asked you guys on here if you wanted to see a few other options. So I do want to start this video off by saying that shedding and breakage are completely different. Yes, it's hair falling out of your head, but it is completely different. Shedding is something that you cannot control by using any products or techniques or anything like that. You can minimize it, but shedding is going to happen. Breakage is also going to happen, but there's a ton of things that kind of go into breakage. So we're going to talk about breakage today. When you are experiencing breakage, basically it's an emergency call for your hair because there are only a few reasons why your hair could be breaking. So the three types of damages that you can do that causes breakage is manual, physical, and chemical. So manual damage is like using brushes or combs and your hair is just breaking out. That is manual damage to your hair. So basically the tools that you use to detangle your hair, that is going to be manual damage. So if you're using small rat tail combs or something that's just not working for your hair, you are breaking your hair out. It's your fault. You're not looking at your hair, you're not listening to your hair, and that is something that's very important. You have to see what your hair likes. If you see excessive shedding from something you're doing, you need to change up that routine. For me personally, if I'm in the shower, I finger detangle just because my hair is in its most vulnerable state, and your hair can break off the easiest if you are combing or brushing your hair while it's wet. So you want to try to incorporate finger detangling, and I know a lot of people say they cannot finger detangle. I get it, because at first I could not finger detangle my hair. I get it. I get it. Once you get in the habit of actually constantly finger detangling your hair will get used to that. So just make sure you are sticking with it, not doing it once and saying it sucks. Just try and try and try, and if it doesn't work, then just try a new detangling method. If you're using a comb, use a brush. Like, try to intertwine those to see exactly which one is giving you the least amount of breakage and go with that. Whatever works for you for detangling, I would suggest you go with that. Just change up something if you're experiencing a high amount of breakage. And then you have the physical damage, just like blow dryers and flat irons and just adding heat to your hair. That is physical damage to your hair. So if you are doing a lot of the heat styling or stretching or anything like that, switch that up. Stop doing those type of hairstyles. You cannot just do one hairstyle forever and just think that your hair is gonna just prosper that way. Even with wash and goes, they're great, but they create single strand knots, which can also cause breakage with your hair because when you're combing it, you're going over that knot and pops off. So of course wash and goes can also cause breakage. If you're doing a lot of physical damage to your hair, definitely just stay away from your hair, which brings me to my next thing is low manipulation. You do not want to manipulate your hair a lot. When I do my wash and goes last for about 5 days. If your hairstyle is not lasting for the entire week, you need to find something different for you, or make sure you are changing up the technique that you're using. The key to not having a lot of breakage is just not touching your hair a lot, just leaving your hands out of it. If you don't have to do another hairstyle mid-week, that is perfect. If you do have to do one, put it up into a pineapple like this, and there is no stress or tension on my hair. The whole thing is just held on by this like band, and it's the most like comfortable thing to wear. It's just amazing. This is my go-to hairstyle when I need to stretch out that hairstyle, and it looks great. So definitely no like super tight ponytails. Protective styles are amazing because you would not have to touch your hair throughout the week, which is the same concept of growing out dreads. The reason that they grow so long is that they're not combing their hair, manipulating their hair, or anything like that to reduce the amount of breakage, unless them some tight ass braids and then your edges coming out. Then that's not gonna help. You need to make sure you're doing safe, breakage-less hairstyles. The last type of damage for breakage is chemical damage. If you're relaxing your hair, if you're putting any type of chemicals on your hair, of course, any texturizers, anything like that, it is going to cause a lot of breakage. Your hair is made up of protein. When that protein is weakened, that is when your hair starts to break off. So chemicals are going to weaken the protein of your hair. Not deep conditioning is going to weaken the protein of your hair. Not adding protein to your hair when you need it is going to weaken, and it's going to cause a lot of breakage for your hair. Constantly like combing through tangles, that is going to weaken, especially if you're detangling your hair with the wrong type of tool when it's wet. Your hair is at its weakest point when it's wet. So you have to be very gentle with what you are doing, and if you're using the wrong tools, that's not going to help you, because you're just going to snap that hair right off. If it's thin, it's going to snap off. Like, if you're not deep conditioned, like I stated, it's going to snap off. So just kind of think of that concept. You're going to have to get in the routine of trying to know your hair. If your hair is getting weaker, add more protein. If it's changing, you have to change, you know? That is why us as YouTubers, natural hair YouTubers, are giving you more options and reviewing all of these brands, because just because one brand worked for you in the beginning does not mean that that brand is gonna work for you at the end. When your hair is shorter, it's gonna be completely different than when your hair is longer. So the products that I used when I first got my diva cut, it's not working for my hair now, because my hair has changed, my body has changed, my eating habits have changed. Everything is constantly changing, so you have to change with your hair. All in all, you need to moisturize your hair. Keep your hair moisturized, because when your hair is moisturized, then there's less tangles. If there's less tangles, there's less breakage, okay? Make sure you are deep conditioning, strengthening the hair, adding protein when needed, moisturizing it when needed. Deep conditioning is amazing. If you are experiencing super bad shedding in the shower, make sure you're pre-pooling beforehand, detangling before you even get to the shower, because once you put that water on there, like I said, it's going to weaken your hair, and that is not something you want to do. So if you can go ahead and detangle your hair when the hair hits the water, then it's easy to detangle, it's easy to shampoo, it's easy to condition. Everything is a lot easier if you do the process before you even get in the shower. So pre-pooling, if you haven't tried it. If it doesn't work, go back to your old thing. You have to switch things up, you guys. You have to figure out what works for you. It may work for a while, and then pre-pooling may just not work for you anymore. It's not gonna be a one-off fits all for this, but this is to help you guys understand what is happening with your hair, how to overcome that, so that we can get on to growing our hair and having longer hair and having thicker hair and all that good stuff. Another thing which I have to do, actually I'm going to get one tomorrow, is to trim your ends. Let me show you guys my scissors. I decided to purchase some good scissors when trimming my hair. If you use horrible scissors, that's just gonna cause your hair to break off even more. It's gonna split a lot more, so you wanna get some really good scissors. I got these from Amazon, and as you guys can see, they're pretty good. I don't like the ones that I get from the beauty supply store. I don't think those are as sharp and nice and crisp and give me that crisp cut. So I just got these. I'm not gonna be cutting my hair tomorrow. I'm gonna let a hairstylist blow me out, y'all. That's why getting your hair straight at least once a year is amazing, because you can get it straight, go ahead and clip off like an inch or two off of your ends, and then live your life lavishly. So I think that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys like this video. I know it was pretty lengthy and I talk a lot. I'm loving everybody coming to me and letting me know that the tips that I'm giving you guys are actually working. I've been doing a lot of research recently, and I just absolutely love everything that I'm learning. I'm learning, you guys are learning, we're learning our hair. So definitely take some of these tips in. And so I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.